Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, good morning, Utah. On this Wednesday, we are kicking things off on a milder note out there. You're going to notice, these temperatures are several degrees warmer than yesterday morning at this time, and a far cry from when we had those 30s and 40s fairly widespread across the state on your Sunday and Monday morning. So yes, the warming trend is underway, and that's going to be the story again as we go throughout today. But here's the deal. Even today, with the much warmer weather that's still streaming in, we're going to be at or slightly below average for our daytime high temperatures. So again, along the northern half of the state, I'm forecasting mid to upper 80s. Keep in mind the average high is in the upper 80s this time of the year. So we're going to be right there or slightly below it as we go throughout this afternoon. And then across far southwest Utah, I'm forecasting 97 for us in St. George. And for St. George, our average high temperature is about 99 degrees for this time of the year. So right on target here. So it still should be a fairly comfortable day. Now watch out for that hazy sunshine out there, especially across the southwestern half of the state as we go throughout today. Maybe you're thinking about grabbing a nice little ice cream cone this afternoon, enjoying some of this nice weather. Well, make sure that you be aware. We're expecting some decent melting here across the northern half of the state here with those temperatures in the 80s. So it's not one of those things where it's going to just melt immediately, but just be aware. You'll maybe want to put a little pace with it when you try to enjoy that ice cream cone outside here. But we're going to see even warmer weather, so it's going to be kind of seeing those conditions deteriorating as we go throughout the rest of this week. As far as your storm threat today, again, most of us will stay dry. There is a very slight chance of an isolated pop-up developing from Vernal over towards Price. So the Uinta Basin over towards Castle Country, down towards Moab, could see an isolated storm. But I have a feeling that this is going to be those high base showers and storms, meaning a lot of the precipitation with this will actually evaporate before it reaches the ground. But as it does so, it sends out a rush of wind. So we can see some gusty winds with this, maybe some dry lightning strikes, which we don't want to see. So we'll keep an eye on that for you as we go throughout this afternoon. Overall, though, Futurecast shows most of the moisture off to our eastern portions of Colorado and New Mexico. Again, we can see a quick pop-up somewhere over the Uinta Basin as we go throughout this afternoon, but the majority of us will stay on the dry side. Other than that, high pressure builds in the upper levels, and then it works its way down to the surface here as we go into the weekend. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you see all the precipitation going up and around us here. And there is absolutely no chance of rain as we head towards this upcoming weekend here. As we're going to be looking at those warmer temperatures in place here for us starting today. But as we head into your Thursday into Friday, we get a big ridge of high pressure building back into the south and west. And that's going to bring us some very hot conditions across the region here as we go into your weekend. And especially heading into next week. Of course, Tuesday is the 1st of July. And it looks like we're going to be definitely kicking things off on a very hot note as we see this big ridge of high pressure around us here. We'll see what this low pressure tries to do later next week. But for now, very hot conditions look to stick around at least heading into the first half of the month of July. Now, with that being said, there are signs in some of the long-range data that as we get closer towards the 4th of July, we may start to see a slightly more active weather pattern. We're going to keep our fingers crossed for that. But I have a feeling the best chance of that moisture will stay just to our south and east. But we'll keep an eye on it for you. St. George, mid to upper 90s for your Wednesday. Hazy, smoky sunshine out there. Otherwise, triple-digit heat likely as to go into the weekend. Look at that, 105 by Sunday, 107 by next Monday. The Wasatch Front, we've got mid-80s today. That slight chance is a very slight chance for the eastern Uintas. Otherwise, mid-90s and sunshine, breezy, and dry conditions to wrap up the week. And by the weekend, we're in the mid-90s, followed by the triple digits for the beginning of next week. All right, let's check out your traffic for you this morning as you get ready to hit the roadways. We'll take you down to West Jordan. This is 9000 South Block. You can see overall traffic is fairly light, but it is moving out there. Now, keep in mind, we've got some construction going on there. You see the cones out, so use caution as you're going to be traveling out and about throughout the morning there in this area. But at least for right now, we're not seeing any major backup or delays showing up. We'll get you up to I-15 southbound now in the Draper area. You can also see, traffic is flowing smoothly as we get ready for our Wednesday morning commute. No major slowdowns or issues out there at this time. Of course, we'll keep an eye on this as we go throughout the morning. If anything changes, we'll definitely let you know. But for now, let's get you back over to Matt and Alyssa.